Hello, finance fam. I am back and I'm Mr. Poley. Bet you guys thought you had maybe seen the last of me, but that's just not true. I'm here and I'm here to stay for a while. So, we are working on, let's see, we should be on day 17 now, I think. Day 18, day 16, kind of all blends together, but I'm pretty sure this video will go along with day 17. Okay, so this follows day 16, which has you guys analyzing a few different graphs. And these graphs were related to saving for your retirement, investing for your retirement. And the big idea that I was really hoping you guys would get out of that activity was that the sooner you start saving for retirement, the better off you will be, right? You don't want to wait until you're 50 to save for retirement, because in most cases, many people will be able to retire at 67 with their full retirement benefits. So if you started at 50, that wouldn't be much time at all to be able to retire comfortably. Okay, so start saving as soon as you can. Me personally, I only started saving for retirement 3 years ago now, I think it was. And that was when I got my first steady teaching job. But another reason why I didn't start saving sooner was because I had nobody tell me that I should. Okay, but this is me telling you guys that you should start saving as soon as you can, sooner rather than later. And it doesn't have to be a crazy amount. It could be a couple dollars every month to start, right? But you got to start somewhere. And again, it's better to start now than to put that off. Because the sooner you start saving, the less money you have to put aside every month to reach a certain retirement goal. But if you start saving way down the line again, you're going to have to put much more in every month to get that same amount that you can get by saving early. And another thing to think about that you should have come across in the last activity, if you start saving earlier and get money invested, that money can earn interest. And it will be compound interest. And what does that mean? Hopefully you guys have some memory of what that means. Compound interest is your money earning money over and over again, right? Compound interest, your money earns money, and then it earns more, and then it earns more. It's basically interest earning interest over and over again for the length of that money being invested, being saved. Okay, compound interest, it is a good thing. When your money is invested for retirement, it will be earning compound interest. So start early and get more compound interest. Build up that retirement fund so you can settle away comfortably. Okay, in Florida, in the mountains of Colorado, Iceland, Greenland, wherever you want to go, hopefully you can do it comfortably, right? But that all depends on how much money you have saved for your retirement. So, enough of my opening rant and ramble. Let's get to it. Today's activity, okay, this assignment has us, let's see, get this up here. We don't need two of me on the screen. So this assignment has us using a retirement calculator. And I'll show you, oops, I guess I gotta move myself over a little bit. There we go. Okay, I already have a copy of this assignment. This assignment on the left side of the screen is what you guys should be completing for day, what did I say, day 17? Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, but remember, you will not be able to write in the original document here. So you will have to go to File, Make a Copy. Put your name in the copy so I know whose it is. Okay, as you can see, I did not put my name in the title. It just says copy of calculate your retirement savings goal. But please do that. You have to do that first before you can write in here. Okay, so you'll see now, since this is a copy, I can type. And that's what you guys need to be able to do. Okay, so this says up top, the first of 3 steps in planning for your retirement is choosing a retirement savings goal, right? It's always good to have goals in every aspect of your life, but especially with your retirement. Okay, you need to set a certain goal so you know how much money you should try to have before you say goodbye to your job forever and retire. So for this activity, we are using this retirement calculator, which the link is right here. If you click this, it will open this page that I have on the right. I previously set this up. I split my screen because you wouldn't believe it, but this is my second time recording this video today. The first time something glitched and it would not upload. So here I am again. It is actually 10:45 p.m. on Tuesday, May 19th. Okay, so I'm giving up my Tuesday night for you guys. What are you doing on this lovely evening? It is quite nice out there. Okay, and by the time this posts, you will have almost a full week to complete this activity. I'm posting it tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and you will have until Tuesday to get this done. Okay, and that will be the day after Memorial Day, which we are observing. So you don't have to meet with me or do anything on Monday, but hopefully you still will do some work. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, and also, just before I forget, Zoom, meet with me on Zoom. If you still need help understanding how this works after my little tutorial demonstration here, which I'm going to try to keep short, then please meet with me on Zoom. I will be on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, or it'll be today by the time you watch this, Wednesday from 11 to 12, and then I will be on again next Tuesday, the day this is due. If you'd like to meet with me on Friday, I'm willing to do that as well, so just let me know. Okay, so here we go, scenario 1. This whole activity has 3 different scenarios with 3 different people. Okay, and they're all at different parts in their life. They make different amounts of money, different ages. Okay, and we'll see how this works here. So scenario 1 is Patricia. She earns the median salary. Median, what does that mean? Oh, it's that middle number, really that average salary for a museum curator of $50,000. So this, in the retirement calculator, these blanks, you have to change those. So pre-tax income, we found out for Patricia, is $50,000. She's 40 years old and has not started saving for retirement. So we'll change this 35 to 40. And current savings, sorry, Patricia, you don't have anything saved. So that's not great. Hey, you don't want to be in a similar situation as Patricia. You want to have money saved, hopefully. Okay, and of course, we don't know what Patricia's story is, what her situation was the past 20 years of her life. So no judgment here. But I'm just saying you'll be much better off if you can save money, have some kind of savings. Okay, and Patricia would like to retire at 67. Like I said, that's when she could receive full Social Security benefits. Okay, so we scroll down on this calculator, and you'll see the next thing says every month I save. You can either lower this amount by clicking the minus, or you can raise this amount by clicking the plus. Okay, and you'll see that really directly changes the amount that you would save every month, but then it also tells you below it how much of this person's income that amount is. So the default here is 10% of monthly income. And for Patricia, who makes $50,000 as a museum curator, that is $417 every month. That's just the default, okay? Then a little further down, you have this optional tab. You can open that up. You can change monthly retirement spending. You can change if you have other expected income. You can change the age at which you want to retire, which you will have to do a little further down. You can change your life expectancy, right? This does say people are living longer and healthier, so it's wise to plan for a long retirement. Okay, 95, hopefully we all live to 95. That would be nice. But think then, if you retire at 67 and live to 95, that's almost 30 years where you will have to survive on your retirement savings. So another reason you want that retirement savings to be big. Okay, and then the investment rate of return, they set that as 6%. Okay, that's their default again. That's the average annual return, and it's a conservative estimate based on history, right? I'm sure right now with the coronavirus, that's not that high, but that is their average. That's their default. Okay, so I'm going to close this optional tab for right now because we don't need it at the moment. Then you'll see this graph here, right? This is saying how much will you need to retire at 67. Again, that was the default retirement age that was put in. And based on how much this person makes, Patricia in this case, they're saying to keep up with her living expenses, which again, the default for that was $2,200, 70% of the pre-retirement income. To keep up with that, Patricia will need about $1.31 million. But right now, with only saving 10% of her income, starting at age 40, she will only have $0.39 million by the time she retires at 67. So you can see just based on the levels here, and also that this one is red and this one is green, she is very far off of her retirement goal. And right down here, the last thing to look at for right now, retirement savings score. Again, based on everything that we've done so far, Patricia would only be at 30% of her goal. And as you can see right below, that certainly needs attention. Okay, so ideally, you could have moved this all the way up into the green, which is on track. Okay, you're getting close, on your way, but you certainly, in an ideal world, would be on track, getting close to 100% of your goal. So I'm going to go through a few questions with you guys here just to make sure you understand how to work this. And again, like I said, if you don't fully when I'm done, then meet with me on Zoom and I'd be happy to discuss it more. Okay? So this first question, if Patricia decides she can set aside 10% of her salary in saving for retirement, so remember that was what the default was here. If she can set this much aside every month, first question, how much will she need in retirement? And that right here is how much she will need. That's the right side of this graph. So remember what we said, that is what it says there actually. That is 1.31 million. And just a quick little conversion. Okay, so we all know that is the same as 1,310,000. So that is a lot of money. That is a lot more money than I have right now. Okay, hopefully I'll get there someday, but I'm very far from that goal myself. Okay, how much will she have at age 67? Well, that's the left side of this graph here. It says you will have about 0.39 million. So again, very far off. We'll write in here 0.39 million. That's how much she will have if she sets aside 10% every month. And again, just so we all are on the same page here, that is the same as 390,000. Okay, quite a big difference. Quite a big difference. How do you think she could make up that difference? Maybe bump up the amount of savings? Maybe go back in time and start saving sooner? If only time travel was a thing. But let's see here. How short is she in her savings? Meaning, how far off from her goal is she? Okay, and this is a nice visual because this red side, the left side you'll have about, is so much shorter right now than how much she will need. That gives you a good visual that she is very short in her savings goal. So how do we actually find how short she is here? Well, I'm hoping most of you are thinking we have to find that difference, right? At the top of this green, how much farther down is the top of the red? So how can we find that? Well, that's right. Let's subtract those amounts. So I'm going to take that 1,310,000 and subtract 390,000. Okay, we take the amount that she needs and subtract how much she will have. Okay, and do some quick little calculations here. How much is that? So she is short by almost $1 million. She is $920,000 short, or she will be $920,000 short from her goal if she, right now, at 40 years old, starts saving 10% of her salary. Okay? I'm not going to lie, if I was Patricia, I would be a little worried right now. Maybe a little more than a little worried. Okay? This is the amount that she would need to retire comfortably, and she is very far off of that comfortable retirement. Okay? Money isn't everything, though. So maybe when she does retire, she can scale back on what she does. Again, we don't know her personal situation, so we can't really speak on that. Okay? We only know what we can do and what we should do from a financially responsible standpoint. Okay? So here we go. A few more questions that I just wanted to go through with you guys. If Patricia increases her saving rate to 15%, how short will she be? Okay. Well, again, do you remember how I said to increase or decrease the amount that you save? That's right. You want to go over to here. And since we are increasing, we will click the plus sign until we see this percentage match 15% from our question. Okay. So if she saves 15% every month, she'll be putting aside $617 of her monthly income. And you'll see, did you guys notice as I pressed that plus sign, what happened in the graph below? Okay, the right side did not change because she still needs that same amount. But now since she is putting more away, she's saving more every month, the amount that she will have when she retires has gone up. Not nearly as much as she needs it to, but it has gone up. And remember, guys, progress, not perfection. So here's the question, though. How short will she be now? So again, we want to find that difference between how much she will need and how much she will have. So we take that 1,310,000, and now we're going to subtract 580,000. Okay, and what does that come out to be? Drum roll, please. I believe that is $730,000. Check my math on that, guys. Okay, so she is still very short, but really a lot closer than she was if she was only saving 10%. So moving on, if she increases her saving rate to 20%, how short will she be? So we bump that up until this hits 20. Let's see. Okay, so 20% of her monthly income, she would be putting $817 aside. And again, hopefully you notice that the left side of the graph here went up with every click. So now she is at 0.76 million, almost $750,000. But still, unfortunately for Patricia, quite a ways off from how much she will need from her goal. So how short will she be? Okay, do a quick little subtraction again, but I'll leave that for you guys to figure out. Again, she is closer than the 15% or 10%, but still quite a bit off. Okay, so let's see. Letter F. Here we go. Now we're getting to the good stuff. So what percent must she save from her current income to meet her recommended retirement goal? So we now have to figure out what percent does this have to be for this left side of the graph to be about even with the right side. Right? And again, this retirement savings score down below, you'll see, remember when we started with 10%, this cursor here was at 30%. I think that's what it was. So she has gone up here. Right? We're working our way to the yellow and then hopefully the blue, hopefully the green. So I'm going to click this plus sign. I'm going to raise this monthly savings until this gets about even with the green and we want her savings score to be greater than 95%. So keep an eye on. Tell me when to stop here. Let me know when we get there. So in the yellow now, almost to blue. We're in the blue. Okay. Looking good. Looking okay, I should say. All right. So I think a lot of you just told me to stop, right? Because we are almost even here. The left side did now turn green, which is what we want to see. But you'll see on the retirement savings score, we're only at 94%. And I'd like that to be just a little higher. So with one more click here, 98%. Okay, that is good. That's close to 100%. So if Patricia were to put aside $1,367 right now, she would have about $1.28 million. So that is very close to what she would actually need to her goal. So I would say that's close enough to be comfortable, in my opinion. But again, I don't know for sure really anything else about Patricia. But guys, look at this here. How much of her monthly income is that $1,367? That is 33%. Right? That's our answer for letter F. She would have to save 33% of her current income to meet her recommended retirement goal. So that is 1/3 of her money. Right? 1/3 of her income every month would have to be put aside strictly for retirement for her to be able to retire comfortably. And guys, once you put that money in your retirement account, you do not want to touch it, right? You need that to be there when you retire. So once it's there, and you can't use it for daily spending or anything else really. You need that for your retirement. Okay? So that is a very large amount to save every month, especially, remember, this is her starting at 40. And if she's retiring at 67, that's 27 years of her life, of Patricia's life, where she will have to put aside 1/3 of her income every month just for retirement. So that is a long time to be saving that much money. So what might be challenging about meeting that saving rate? I think you guys can answer that question. I want to see what you guys come up with for that. But again, I definitely feel like that would be challenging. Maybe for a reason different from what you think. But we can talk about that on the Zoom call as well. Okay? So one thing, I'm going to let you guys work through the rest of this. But one thing I did want to note, just for an example here and to kind of prove a point, hopefully, what if Patricia thought about this 15 years ago, right, when she was 25? We'll just assume that she still had that same job as a museum curator, $50,000, even though it was probably a little bit different. But if she started thinking about this when she was 25, you'll see down here, she would need about $1.76 million. Okay, the amount that she would need went up a little bit. But let's see. Now you'll see the amount that she would have also went up a lot. And why is that? Well, that's right, because she would have started saving 15 years earlier. Right? Again, if only time travel was possible. So she would not need, if she started at 25, she would not need to save 33% of her income. Well, how much would she need to save? That's a good question, right? I'm sure we're all curious about it. So I'm now going to bring this amount down until we see these two bars get even once again. Okay, look at that. Under $1,000, 20%. Now we're under 20%. Okay, so 15% now. $617 gets us very close to the amount that Patricia would need if she started at age 25. Right? Maybe you'd want to bump this up to 16% just to give yourself some cushion there. But 16% is a lot less than 33%, right? It's half of the amount pretty much. So she would need to put away a lot less money every month if she had only started saving that much sooner. So guys, another reason, or really just a good visual hopefully, of why it's important to start saving early, right? There's really no such thing as too early when you're talking about savings. Okay, and like I said before, even just a couple dollars a month maybe to start out. Start out slow, and as you make more money, increase that savings amount. That's what I'm personally trying to do, and I hope you guys do the same. Okay? So again, this activity is all about exploring how the amount of time and the amount that you save can really have a direct impact on how your retirement will be, and really how comfortable you can be in retirement. And I'm sure everyone wants to retire comfortably so you don't have all these worries about if you're going to have enough money or not. And I know it's a long ways away. You probably don't want to think about that now, but it would benefit you to start thinking now, right? Be financially responsible. Make it happen. Okay? So, let's see. I think that's enough from me. I'm going to ask you guys to do your best now completing this activity, right? There's a few more questions about Patricia. There's a scenario about Amy, and then there's one about Jennifer. And then just a few questions to kind of wrap it up at the end. Okay? And again, if you need more help or you'd like to talk about this further, join me on Zoom either Wednesday, May 20th from 11 to 12, or Tuesday, May 26th from 1 to 2, 1 to 2:30. Okay? Or anytime Friday, let me know. I can make myself more available for you guys. I'm just trying to help and get you to understand this. Okay? So again, do your best. Let me know how I can help. I'm here for you guys, and that'll do.